and welcome to 365 Inspired Yoga Classes. My name is Janet and today is day 48. And this week we've been going through the energy centers in your body, the chakras. The chakras go right along your spinal column from the base of your spine and all the way up. And today we move beyond the spine into the crown, the third eye, right above the eyebrow. So into the cranium, into the head. The third eye is located between your eyebrows, slightly above, and it is the chakra of intuition, of clairvoyance, of inner knowing. And so I want you to think about that as you come to your mat today, and I ask that you trust yourself, that you really listen to your body. I'm going to offer some challenges in our practice today, and it's really going to be up to you to take the challenge or decide your intuition says, I'll take a step toward the challenge, but I'm not going to go all the way. So you decide, this is your practice. Let's start in child's pose. So as you come down into child's pose, onto your hands and knees, open your knees wide, your big toes will come together, your touch. Your hips roll down onto your heels and your hands stretch forward. Now as you begin to really extend through the body, soften your forearms and your forehead to your yoga mat. And once here, you might gently rock your head from side to side. I love this because to me I feel like it's stimulating my intuition, my third eye, Ajna chakra. So as you hold on to this child's pose, tilting your head from side to side, feel your intuition begin to wake up. And then coming to stillness, take a deep breath in through your nose, then open your mouth and slowly let it out. Let's do that together again. Inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale, release. One more time. Inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale. Now seal your lips and breathe in and out of your nose, nice and slow. Smooth, deep, and even. Listen for the sound of the breath in your body, that little whisper at the back of your throat. Really feel your body. Your body will bring you information that's truthful. When we get too caught up in our thoughts, our rational mind, we start telling stories. Intuition moves past the stories to our deepest truth. Let's breathe in and come on up to tabletop position, arriving on your hands and your knees. In tabletop position, curl your toes under and exhale to downward facing dog. Send your hips up and back. Get into a nice deep stretch here by pressing your heels down toward the mat. And then really intuit what's best for you. So what I mean by that is let's shift into high plank. And in high plank position, if you're really flat, your wrists line right beneath the shoulders. So what might be true for you is you're building some strength, and so you might need a shorter dog. Push back to down dog. You notice how long that downward dog is. It's a lot of intensity in the shoulder joint, extra stretching there. It's also requiring a little bit more strength in the upper arm muscles. So for you, if you're building upper body strength or you're a little tight today, you might decide your down dog is better with your feet forward slightly. So shortening up the dog a little bit becomes a little bit easier. You might also find in a shorter dog, your heels descend closer to the mat. So choose the down dog that feels right for your body. Just really feel that feeling. Good. Take a couple more breaths here. And then lift your gaze and begin to walk forward toward the top of the mat. Keep a generous bend in your knees. That's going to help you get forward at the top of the mat. Once you're there, separate your feet hip distance apart. What feels like hip distance, check it out, or actually measure it. And that's making two fists and placing them between the arches of your feet. And that is hip distance apart. Once you're there, decide if you need to add a block. to touch the mat. Maybe it's a little tight back there in the back of your legs. Or you can touch the mat and then bend one knee and then the other. Just kind of figure out what feels right for you. And then coming to stillness, let's hold on to opposite elbows and sway gently side to side. I highly recommend a softness in your knees here. And then release your fingertips down and bring your feet together to touch. Does that feel okay? Just hang out and notice. And if it's really too intense, separate your feet or bend your knees a little more. And then ever so slowly, begin to round up to standing all the way up. Once you reach the top, sweep your arms high over your head. Bring your palms to connect above you, and as you exhale, slide your hands down to the space between your eyebrows. With your thumb knuckles pushed against your eyebrows, circle the hands around and circle one way. So you feel a stimulation of the thumb knuckles against the third eye. Closing the eyes, come to stillness there, maintain that connection, and set an intention for your practice to trust your intuition. Move past the stories you believe to be true about your life, about your body, about your yoga practice, and just get into the feeling of your body. How does it feel today? What is the best movement for you? Is it a day to push or is it a day to back off? You decide. Breathe in. And as you exhale, open your eyes and release your palms to your side. Ajna, third eye, is about intuition, clairvoyance, and inner knowing. You know you're tuned into it when you think of somebody and suddenly they call or text. We all have this intuition, this intuitive energy. And today, I ask you to open up to receiving insights and inspiration from your intuitive third eye chakra. Let's come into a flow that's subtle, slow movement. Do you really feel your body? As you inhale, sweep your arms high overhead, reaching up. Look up at the palms, and as you breathe out, begin to open into a back bend. Pause to feel this back bend. This is a challenge for some of us. You might challenge yourself by bringing your hands together, pointing your fingers up, and opening even further back. You might say, in my body, it's better to release the hands, or bend the elbows, or spread the arms nice and wide. Feel your back bend, breathe in, and stay with it as you breathe out. On your next inhale, rise up, and bring your palms to touch above your head. As you breathe out, softly bend forward, hands sliding right down past the third eye, all the way down through all the chakras until they touch the earth. We've learned so much about the chakras. Let's breathe in and line them up. The lower 6 that we've learned, well, 5+ today's. Feeling the spine line up. There you go. Squeeze your shoulder blades back. Breathe in. As you breathe out, plant your palms on the mat and step to plank at the top of a push-up. Here I trust you to listen to your body, trust your intuition, come to the knees, weighted down dog, or shift forward and lower all the way or halfway to the mat. As you inhale, lift to a low cobra or all the way up to an upward facing dog, and breathe out to come to downward facing dog. Adjust the dog to fit your body's needs and take 3 breaths here. Inhale, exhale, breathe in, breathe out. One more time, inhale, exhale. On your inhale, look forward and breathe out to step to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, forward fold. Sweep the arms wide and inhale to mountain pose all the way up. Let's flow. Exhale to your version of a back bend. Inhale brings you up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Breathe out, plant your palms and step to high plank. Choose your journey. Breathe in, shift forward. Breathe out, lower all the way or halfway, or maybe weighted down dog. Inhale lifts you to up dog. And exhale, come to downward facing dog. 3 full breaths here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Can you feel your hands spread wide on the mat? Inhale. Exhale. Feet are hip distance apart. One more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in, look forward, and as you exhale, walk to forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way to mountain. Let's do that one more time. Exhale, choose your back bend. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, lift halfway. Breathe out, plant your palms and step to high plank. Inhale, shifts you forward. Exhale, lower halfway or all the way to the mat. Breathe into up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more time. Inhale. Breathe out. Breathe in, look forward. And as you exhale, walk to forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Let's move on. Inhale, chair pose, sun salutation B. As your hips drop low, your arms sweep up. There are many choices. You can sit higher, you can challenge yourself to sit lower. You can lift your gaze, lifting the arms, or the palms can come out as shoulder height. So choose what feels right for you. Breathe in. As you exhale, fly your arms back. As your arms fly back, you might lift your heels high, and always another challenge. Drop the heels and breathe in to come all the way up into a back bend. Breathe out, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Breathe out, plant the palms, and step back to high plank. Either way to down dog or move through your yoga push-up. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in, take your right leg up, and exhale, bring your knee toward your nose. Feel the strength in your core. Breathe in, take your right leg high, and then as you exhale, step the right foot between your thumbs. We'll rise to crescent lunge. Now you can lower to the back knee as you rise up, or lifting the back knee off the mat, lift up, the back heel stays lifted. You square your shoulders and hips with the front of your mat, take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, fly the arms back. Lean your chest forward and bring some up dog into your heart, lifting. Breathe in, lift high, and breathe out to open up to warrior 2, aligning your right knee over your right ankle. You know the alignment cues, we've got this. Let's flip the right palm up and breathe into reverse your warrior. Take your right hand high, left hand soft and light down the back thigh. Lunge deep into the right knee, look up, inhale. Exhale your hands back to the mat, step back to plank, float through high to low plank. Breathe into upward facing dog and exhale downward facing dog. Let's try the other side. Breathe in, take your left leg, lift it up, breathe out and bring your knee to your nose, curl it in, hold strong. Inhale, send your left leg high. As you exhale, bring your left foot between your thumbs, come to the back knee or keep it lifted, lifting the arms high. If you are on the back knee, you will need to make a transition up eventually, but find your stance in crescent lunge on or off the back knee. Breathe in. As you exhale, fly the arms back, the chest thrusts forward, the gaze lifts up. Inhale, reach your arms high. If you're on your back knee, lift up off of it. Exhale, open it up to warrior 2, both arms stretching out. Gaze over your left fingertips, breathe in and lunge deep as you breathe out. Inhale, reverse warrior, left hand lifts to the sky, right hand down the back thigh, look up. Lunge deep, inhale, exhale your hands down to the mat, stepping back to plank, flow through high to low plank. Inhale lifts you to upward facing dog. Exhale brings you up and back, downward facing dog. From down dog, inhale, look forward and breathe out to step to forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair, let's flow through this. One breath to one movement. Exhale, chair, maybe lifting the heels. Inhale, up, exhale, back bend. Breathe in, rise up, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Breathe out, plant your palms and step to plank. Shift forward on your inhale, lower halfway as you breathe out. Breathe in, up dog. Breathe out, down dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step through low lunge. Inhale, crescent on or off the knee. Exhale, crescent with airplane arms. Breathe in, rise up. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Breathe out, hands down. Step back, high to low plank. Inhale lifts you to up dog. And exhale brings you up and back, down dog. Second set. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, left leg lifts. Breathe out, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Breathe out, crescent with airplane arms. Breathe in, reach high, and breathe out, open warrior two. Inhale, reverse left hand up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back, flow through high to low plank. Breathe in, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. From down dog, look forward, step through, have a seat. Woo! Ah, that was fun. So we're gonna take this up a notch and start playing around with the idea of doing a few arm balances. And the first one is crow, and the second one that you may try might be what I call flying crow. It's also sometimes called hurdler's pose. So let's just see what happens as we really trust our intuition and decide what's best. So as we come to work on crow pose, I'd like to do it first lying on the back. You might need to use a block or two for crow, and I'll demonstrate with blocks, and you decide what's best for you. Always trust yourself. So come to lying on the back. Crow pose is core strength. It's that knee to nose piece that we did. So we're gonna feel it by hugging our knees into our chest. Good. And then just like child's pose, the big toes touch, the knees fall open. Then reach your hands up to the ceiling, flex your palms as if you're gonna stand on the ceiling, lift your head up, bend your elbows to touch the knees. There you go. So that's crow pose. We're doing it on the back. Can't you feel that in your core? Really strong. Let's lower down, let it go, and roll all the way up to seated. Let's get a couple of blocks going here, or maybe you know the pose and you don't need the blocks, but I'll give you a demonstration of how to use 2 blocks and then 1 block in a couple of different ways. So using 2 blocks, I'm going to put 1 block in front of my hands, at least 12 inches in front of my hands at its highest setting. The second block will be back a ways. My feet are going to rest on the block. So my hands need to be secure on the floor, and then I'll come to stand on the block. I'll open my knees like I just did, bringing my knees to the back of my arms, lean forward and place my forehead on the block. And guess what? I'm doing crow pose, just like that. All right, so let's take away a block. The one under my forehead can be removed. I'll take that same position, leaning forward, my feet stay on the block, pull the belly tight, and there you go. Crow with just 1 block. And there's another option here. I'm gonna take a block, put it forward like I just had it. Same thing, but no block under my feet. And here I'm gonna attempt to lift my feet off of the mat. So as you come into that squat, there we go. I look forward, rest my forehead on the block, and I lift my feet one at a time, or maybe both. And once we felt like, that's cool, I got that, I can do that, maybe try it, no block at all, trust yourself, or trust your intuition if you think today's not the day for that. So I'll come into that same position, my feet are together, my knees are wide, knees come to the back of my arms, I keep my gaze lifted, pull my belly tight, lift my feet up one at a time, and maybe both. There you go. Come on back down and let's rest in child's pose. We're going to try this posture a little stronger with just 1 leg resting on the arm. And let's see how that goes. But first, pause and rest. Stretch your arms forward. Soften your forehead down to the mat. Close your eyes for a moment. And just notice, how did that go? How do you feel? What is your intuition telling you right now? Gather some strength. Slow down your breath and rise up to tabletop position. From tabletop position, curl your toes under and send your hips up and back to downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, breathe in and take your right leg high, and as you exhale, bring your right knee towards your right armpit tricep muscle. Bend your elbows in tight and lean forward. Maybe the right leg lifts into the air as the left knee comes to the left arm. Good.
Let's take it back to down dog. Let's try that on the other side. This time we're gonna take the right leg high and then bring the right knee toward the right tricep. Shorten my dog a little. Leaning in, I start to lift the left leg into the air. Not very high, but I'm working on it. Let's try that again. I'll add another layer for those of you that are loving it. I'm gonna take the left leg high, bring the left knee to the left arm. As I shift forward, I try to straighten my left leg. Woo! It's been a while. Let's try the other side. Right leg lifts, right knee, right arm. I begin to shift forward, lift my left leg into the air, maybe right leg straightens. Woo. Bringing it back. Woo. So whatever we do, there's always another layer. There's always a new challenge. I hope you took a challenge today, but more importantly, I hope you listened to your intuition and did what was right for you. Let's come back to resting for a moment in child's pose. Noticing how that felt. And if you feel like you want to give that arm balance another try, pause the video, do it again, see what happens. So we soften down to the mat, slow the breath down. Then once your breath feels slow and even and you feel calm, let's come back to tabletop. From tabletop, curl your toes under and breathe out to downward facing dog. So let's breathe in and look forward, and as you exhale, walk to forward fold. Bring your feet together to touch and slowly round up, all the way upright to standing. Once you're up, sweep your arms high overhead, bring your palms to touch, and as you breathe out, bring your thumb knuckles to touch the third eye space and close your eyes. Learning to trust yourself on your yoga mat gives you the power, the intuition to trust yourself off the mat in your day-to-day life. Open your eyes and bring your hands down to your heart space. Let's balance in tree pose by shifting onto the left foot, turn the right foot out, and place the foot against the calf, or maybe reach down and bring the foot to the inner left thigh. Maintain that position or extend and grow branches in any way that feels right for you today. Choose your stance. Breathe it. Trust it. And then start to bring your hands back to your heart space and your right foot back to earth. Let's try the other side. Shifting onto the right foot, I'll turn the left foot out. Place the left foot against the thigh, or maybe the lower calf muscle, whatever you did on the first side. Woo, do it here on the second. And then maybe you grow some branches, create a shape that feels right. Trust yourself, just breathe. And the more you learn to trust yourself on the yoga mat, the more you'll trust yourself off the mat as well. Draw your hands back to your heart and lower your left foot to the earth. Beautiful. Let's flow together. Inhale to mountain, reaching up. Exhale, open into your version of a back bend. Breathe in, rise back up, and breathe out to bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, plant your palms and step back to down dog or floating through high to low plank. Inhale lifts you upward facing dog. Breathe out, downward facing dog. Moving into pigeon, inhale your right leg high. Exhale your right knee to your right wrist. Resting your shin across the mat. Stretch the left leg behind you. If you feel really tight in your hips, come to your back and do that version. Maybe place a block beneath your right hip to support yourself. And grow nice and tall through the spine. Draw your right hip back, left hip forward. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, lower down. Let it go. Just relax. Take a few deep breaths here. Feeling your hips release and stretch out. Letting go of limitations. Opening up to endless possibilities. You can dream it, you can be it, right? And then let's slowly release, coming up onto the palms, curl the back, left toes under, and come up to a three-legged dog with the right leg in the air, wiggling around, moving around. From downward facing dog, second side, inhale your left leg high. Breathe out to bring your left knee to your left wrist, resting your shin across the mat. Stretch your right leg long behind you. Adjust as needed with a block, or maybe you're doing this on your back. Go tall through the spine as you breathe in and surrender forward as you exhale. Just coming down and softening to your mat, really letting it all go. Taking a few breaths here. Exit slowly, coming up onto the palms. Curl the back right toes under, push up and back to three-legged dog with the left leg in the air, knowing what feels good in your body and wiggling in that way. And then we meet in our last dog of our practice together today. Really feeling your body as it stretches and gets stronger. Lift your gaze and step all the way through and have a seat on your mat. Sending your legs forward, pull the flesh of your tush backward just a little bit. Breathing to lift up nice and tall. And as you exhale, surrender forward. Stretching, deciding what grip feels good. Peace sign fingers around the big toes, or holding onto your ankles or the bottoms of your feet. Even add a block if you like. Just keep your feet in flexion. There you go. Slowly rise up and lower to the back, nice and slow. Once on the back, drop both knees into your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. Let's move into a twist. Lower your left leg down, keep your right knee in. Breathe in as you squeeze the right knee tight, and breathe out as you guide your right knee to the left side of your mat and turn your gaze over to the right. Just pausing to enjoy this twist. Unravel your twist, come back to center, draw both knees in nice and snug. Change legs, extend the right leg down, keep the left knee hugged in, breathe it in. And as you exhale, guide your left leg to the right, turn your gaze to the left, reaching out to the left as you come into the twist. Just breathe. Slowly begin to unravel your twist and hug both knees back into your heart. From there, reach between your legs, grab your feet, draw your knees down and out toward your ribs, toward the floor. Pressure back to the mat as best you can and playfully rock side to side. If it feels like the right thing to do, happy baby pose. Just a reminder that learn to trust yourself. That can bring about a sense of happiness. Draw your knees in for a little squeeze. Draw yourself into a tight ball. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, let it all go. Relax into Shavasana, relaxation posture, opening up. Your feet as wide as the width of your mat. Your arms maybe slightly wider than that. Close your eyes. Feel your body. From the tips of your toes to the crown of your head. Listening to your body, learning to trust your gut and follow your heart. And as you continue to rest, I'd like to share with you a little inspiration about intuition in the third eye. It comes from Gazelle Bonchile, beautiful model. And she said the more you trust your intuition, the more empowered you become. The more empowered you become, the stronger you become, and the happier you become. Learning to trust yourself will help you find great joy in your life. And I hope you take this with you as you move throughout your day. I'd like to share a salutation at the end of practice. You can do this lying flat on your back in Shavasana, or slowly bring yourself to seated. And once seated, bring your hands to prayer position right in front of your heart chakra. With your eyes closed or gazing at your fingertips, start to slide your hands up,
And bring them all the way up until your thumb knuckles connect to the third eye, the space between your eyebrows. That place of intuition, of clairvoyance and inner knowing. And from here, we see the truth within ourselves, and we acknowledge that each of us has this individual truth, this individual instinct, intuition. We honor that today when we share a word. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing this practice and making comments below the video. So let me know your thoughts. Love to hear them. And I appreciate anybody you wish to share the videos with, our channel for Yoga Club. Thank you.